Match or Black Star. Exactly 7:40. Where Kessben 92.9 face so Kessben TV. Wow, Sherman and Wakwaba and watching about Kessben matches. So meeting at your man so for Kojo Preko Dankwah from now to 9:40 there. Me no one about be this Jume dear way na fe ya head your cost or mind man and the Kobiano na ya dini na so abra. O share with DSTV channel 364 and a face on Go TV a channel 121. Mame kwa humana so na binko di enkomo. When him say last week, he say same way no dollar no adanadania na ye. It look as if say either say a costro say a form, but it look as if say a costro. The way see kono as a enshada enko years, but a DNT and a mano air costro bibi wo ho. Na bibi atochima kakra yindi hu nkomo but ebedi hu nkomo no mamenko na meni gutampe fon kudi nkomo Charles Kusi apia kubi or ye head of economic bureau emma eye guta na ye nini ndi nkomo cause omo no se bi omu yusu eye sike dollar ene eye currency edi djuma yie pa de enhwe de ekọ ene de eba ora Charles matching eba eye Kessben matches wo
obani le so
na bibi abokọ de
Yamiadum, I'm at the party, Namuswe.
A radiadum kakra you so. Ya share a na what we are CD. Radian your bon empire so the be trying to jojo sa.
Exactly.
Amen. Alright, Charles, and Ope sorry, you know. What check currency no?
Ever and the page when share I feel like about 8 o'clock.
Yes.
We change kaka. We share how
the last time I would check here, just about last week, maybe weekend, maybe yesterday or maybe Friday, you know, not any namahi.
Oh, not interbank rate is about 12.05.
Okay.
And black market in almost 13 or so. I mean that the city to dollar, and that means a cost beyond what you are expecting.
Okay. Beyond what you were expecting, and come expecting something saying.
Oh, we were thinking we've gotten to the point, and we are going to experience stability in terms of city to the forest, you know, around maybe $1, $1 to 10 cities or 10 cities or 11 cities. But it's moving, and the air cost running, so have businesses. Because one of the things about business is about ability to plan when there's some level of stability or consistency in economic indicators. Now, eco-street, ama ebi mo ayem shishiomo. A typical example, yonkophobia, omo suppliers, ewa buchino, omo dinema ifriomo. So, say the tone we are no asini misika. Dig my point. In Tibia, some ordinary man no. $9 no, a 10 cities to $1. You say what on you marry at a certain price. I saw things you can call Emma the supplier. And for a sharp moon. The consequence of it is. And first of all, Obelusi part of the working capital. Actually, I say, and it becomes difficult, especially when we need to support the GABA forest heights, you know, Ediabano. Such as say, everyone your time of spending the forest requires delay. It delays one our supplier. Not you bear the tanta, Papa, you Indiana. Oh, the reparation. So, therefore, it also erodes a business credibility, business confidence that the supplier is supposed to have of the businesses. Actually, it's not a pleasant moment for us as businesses, but we are hoping against all hope. Maybe there will be some level of intervention from the central bank to avert the current situation. And yes, Anna, you manage the situation where a GSM had been be brave. And I say this at the background that when forest was coming down, there was pressure on us to reduce our prices.
Sure.
So I say, even at a cost to us. And as I say, Yatini Maso. After Cotonia Yasa Apijebium. That is where the problem is. I remember one of my conversations with either one of your networks. I said that reducing prices is not a difficult thing. But the difficulty is what we call cost of replacement. There's a cost component I have to bear as businesses. And sometimes we want to take our time to understand the trend in the market, the trend in the economy, to see, for instance, and now we have been faced with this challenge. And we are supposed to pay our suppliers. We are supposed to reorder stocks. Our capital is going to reduce because of forest hikes. This is where the problem of business is now. And we are hoping, just as I said, the central bank will find a solution to this as early as possible to avoid any other forest hikes within the system.
Okay. All right, Charles, what your business, and more. The month of September. Normally, what has been the trend? If you have a dollar that started with 10 Ghana cedis, now shooting to 12.5, then we are in the month of September. We're getting into the festive season. Do you anticipate that a bit cost through the more, and now to say a big getting into the festive season?
Okay, so basically, we've also averted our mind to the inter-forest air control.
Okay.
One of them, the period where people are placing order for their Christmas items. So there's high demand on the forest. Okay. And the basic economics will tell you when there's demand, price of items obviously will go high. It's demand in the age shooting. However, our position is this. Anything you can anticipate. Because yes, I take Ghana business. In every period within this period, you see the pressure on forest. So when you have had years of experience on how forests perform a certain period, we are supposed to put some mitigating factors to reduce the impact on businesses. But that has not been done. I foresee that maybe this is the maximum surge we are supposed to experience within this period. I can't speculate any extra height. If there will be any extra surge, how the central bank, how the government will manage information, will manage speculation. That's what I say. Will share much influence a surge or highs in forest. Key of them is negative speculation. Bank and people will start holding forest not for transaction but as a store of value. If we are not able to manage these, that is where there will be a surge. But practically, I think this is the maximum the forest level will be. I'm not expecting any extra. Basically, that's what I'm looking at. It is possible it will come down, especially when the central bank decides to support the market.
In terms of what?
Forest supply.
Okay.
The forward auction sales that were given to the market. I will say, he has reduced it to a certain percentage. There's a little shortage in terms of supply from central bank to the commercial banks. That could also be a factor why we're seeing a surge. But if they decide to come to the market and support supply, I think it can meet demand and the rate will start coming down. One other thing that we also anticipate, one of the measures they did to control forest heights was to ask the mining sector to sell their forest to the central bank directly.
Okay.
If central bank is not supposed to come to the market, now they can avert that policy to tell the mining sectors that sell your forest directly to the commercial banks. if there's a supply of forest to the commercial banks, demand obviously will come down a little as against supply, so that forest will come down. Actually, we are expecting some level of interventions from both the central bank and the government as the manager of the economy, so that they will maintain the way. Because and we are hoping that they are able to sustain that, especially when we are coming to the end of the year.
Okay. All right, Charles. My name is Asase Wima. Yenoma Sebio. Ye to adie ni ye wa reshimu se Christmas ye beti ba Tony Makofi ni ye ni aje kakra no. Are we still anticipating say da ho be 12.5 year ye kan ho asem, just as we are all praying, or probably it reduces? Will the market price as it stands be the same, even if you were 12.5 when we even get into the November-December regime, Nana?
Possible there might not be necessary changes in prices within the market.
Okay.
And that the other good news is that inflation has come down about 11.5 or so.
Yes.
The good things about inflation is it helps consumers to have enough what we call disposable income. It will scale but yes, there's a little change in the forest, but kakra homa a friend is saying, oh, you all target, because the rate at which inflation would have depleted in the purchasing power and in the disposable income, has come down. At least as businesses, we will respond to the market, but not necessarily pricing our items beyond what the consumer would purchase, so that we can also stay active and alive within the market. We are not expecting changes in prices. And this is a cultural business, yes.
Okay.
Let's take our time. This is just a passing moment. We shouldn't be rushed to price our items beyond what the market could accept. Now, stability within the system. And those that are holding forests in the name of creating value for their investment, they should stop. You see, if you do that, yes, personally you might gain, but you are hurting the whole economy. And when you have a collapsed economy, to help to your money. What you say? Why don't we open up, have a good mind as a country, citizen that want to support a good agenda of giving our local currency city some level of value that we spread. About 2-3 months ago, we had a good news. Ghana city across the world is the best performing currency, which is a plus to our economy.
Sure.
And just last week, we had bad news that it's one of the worst performing currency in the world. Why should it be so? We sometimes have to go beyond our personal gains and look at the good of the country and see that if I don't need forest, why do I have to go and change city to forest and keep it? For what reason? Okay.
And we just want to hold on to a foreign currency and say you will seek another.
Sometimes have that personal interest of safeguarding their investment. And if your currency is not doing well, you could see we see can also it's depleting day in and day out. And you want to take a measure to protect or investment. It is not convert it from city to forest. No, I keep it hoping say a cost no so but what you say. And these are the things that is hurting the economy. That is why we've always make that call that for us to succeed as a country and sustain this forest depreciation, the central bank must always ensure that there's availability of forest to the commercial banks. It's a micro bank. Let me know forest. Me need say me koto dollar jakoto. What you say? So a responsibility to both the the citizens, and two, to the managers of the economy. Obianya responsible. Let's be responsible enough to ensure we maintain this gain. Let's be responsible and ensure that we grow the economy. But for our personal gains and personal reasons, we're all going to lose out as a country.
I get it.
And you know the most difficult side of it? The most difficult side of it is when prices decided to go high and imported inflation started going high and capital started depleting and business is not running as it's supposed to be and there's revenue short in the market, government have no other option to go and borrow. When government go and borrow, businesses will be his first cash flows for repayment, which will increase taxes for us, which will also increase cost of doing business, which also cost of borrowing will also go high. It is as businesses, as citizens,
they're not correct.
It is a minor door, it is devoid of politics. How best we can protect our economy for every individual to live a happy life in a country called Ghana.
All right. Right, Charles, medasi year pa na minim say it was September, October, November, December. We have extra 3 months ahead of us. Just as we all pray, no, and I work on no so no. Ye hope say ye be 12 na ye be 11. Empo krani bit ma 10 na sebi ejuma etumi akoyi na nipa so ho ahenha no. Ye da si year pa mripa no repa bi be san ba na ye ba be di nkomo.
Yes, sir, the mas nyami sha mu nyina.
Nyami sha wo so ora Charles Kusi appear head of economic bureau Emma good and no 18 common 5 minutes 7:55 and I say 56 right now and abo make sure say eneno yene ekwapem north the MP ora Sami Ewuku ebedi nkomo we have one-on-one or special guest in there ebedi nkomo ye pa afa enema bebre ho eno ntino ne obeba betena se na fe di nkomo enche zigestic beto also brought to you by Doc Activated Chako and ode ebebre but mamen kan ye messages and amako ye ziga honom quick one na fi ye nto aso e wo honom we efie ye miamunu abe ma Masawudi Nkumase Bantama I say good morning my boss KPD good morning to you my boss Masawud me sure say be be boko Bantama there or say instead of the NDC government focusing on tackling the country's worsening security situation, they are rather interested in settling scores and selective arrests of opposition members. The sad reality of Ghana today is the current government using every possible means to silence its political opponent as a recipe for chaos. We Masawud or say regards to Honorable Sampine, National First Vice Chairman hopeful on also Nadia or the Ebaye and another good friend of mine teacher Kojo Tepa or say the language Azoko used or say anytime the MPP is in power, Boku has no peace. When the NEC comes, there is peace. Said JDM, is that true? We are lucky to have another conflict in Savannah region where people are crossing borders. Issues that a peaceful government is in power. Well done, the NDC. Greetings to Honorable Eric Nana Juman Prempe MP for Havana North Chairman Odenoho Kweku Apia Kuka JFK and then Mr. Usu Bempa of Insha so Chairman who for also Nedio de Ebayan and then this one before I go to Zigaye from a teacher Constitution I say now that JDM is in the office have the opinion leaders who demanded action on Galamsey from Nanado's MPP government gone silent? It seems like the current administration priorities lie elsewhere, with violence and intimidation on the rise. Greetings to Honorable Mavis in Kansa Buedu, Honorable Dr. Osei Yaw Edichum Koka, and now face to Honorable Mavis Hawa Kumsen. On also Nedia Ode Ebaye and no. 7:58 is the time. Ziga, are you ready with a Ziga stick? Right after that, now for ye twice near a Honorable Sami Ewuku. Ebedi nkomo shortly ewo efie hanamon Kessben 92.9 afeso Kessben TV on Facebook Kessben TV and then 92.9 on DSTV is channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121. Ziga bibi aboko there.
Yeah, nyako pardon bibi.
Nice. Sorry Bemu.
Oh yes. Yesterday was fantastic.
Nice. Yeah, come on.
Yes,
you're who you pa.
In the radio singles.
You can cry your head your way.
And I do part time with you with your name.
Aye.
Groom. Yes. Yes, boss. The TN say, you're finance people.
Sure.
You're economist. Yeah, the end say you should be and you can be. The American watchers. Yeah, Babe Tuabano. You send no man could ye. Be all Ghana have be a bidia dance, say, no man could ye. But as compared 2024 to 2022-2023, not 2024 was better than 2022-2023. You get me? So it means that the crisis now you come 2022 and 2023 no. Ne emu he hurry in the 2024 and the Kotuaba. But Ghana for redeem we say still where we were in the 2024 wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Yet they voted against NPP. Okay. The NDC came to power. The economic indicators are stronger, glary. I go for Timisha so de Kokotuaba. It been inflation, exchange rates, and the keka. Now, inflation, yababe tuabano. It's about 21 point something. It's about 11 point something. And a dollar. You better about 14 point something. And they say a drop here about 10 point something. As at 10 point something, we are expecting say beer. Ye Naya project say by December. Na could be 7 cities or 5 cities. We are all happy. And then nay. Ye Naya Babaina Baso. And no the money compel some of us. Say sa abane compel drivers to reduce lorry fares, then as I see a tower mechi. Because things were coming down. The American what you say. Now today, say sorry next year, ye nyan and TSA. Say now bad ya. Then we need explanation. So we need explanation. We need explanation because baby you praise Abanu Kokodu. Can we say Abanu also has an opposition? The opposition they say Tama when the economic indicators started flourishing. Now Abanu say why ya dear within bear just 4 months as a 3 months no why ya dear no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia our former Bank of Ghana governor. Why ya economist? Why ya finance person? Why ya flag bearer at the New Patriotic Party? Why ya former vice president at the New Patriotic Party? Came to tell us that a binding team implemented by Adie Bia Amasa dollar na ekofom. And I say dollar na appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because when the government came, why in the budget match and a dollar na started say a from May. March, April, sorry. I started say about from April. And was you banning your BBR because you did your budget, you will do budget March. It's a dinner, no 1 month, sad and a buffer. It's a banning a policy, a wire, a mass sad and a buffer. Some of us see a Jabe Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Meboa. But today, Moyama, Yayama, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia be vindicated. They make what you say. They made us to understand say we are not in purchasing season. And he said your purchasing season now it's likely say dollar never sign at what they say. Make us and I came back I say I was hosting the morning show. I'm a make catch and say no. And manu no who no answer offer your friend say praises FMA buying whether you like it or not or more pencil and idea number. Jamaican what I say, the purchasing season comes August and September, and then go for here more dollars to go outside to import goods. Yebetono October, November, December for Christmas. It's here when we reach the purchasing season, dollar never sign akosro. This is what the argument of NPP, and we said that it is never true. So please, baby, I buy we say adia wayem. Honestly speaking, so my dollar we send any munyamwa. It will create a problem for the government. The make an watch say. It tells you a lot. Say a brass who said this country yedi na ye kabum. Ni eti say dollar ni yesika. Dollar ene gan yedi dollar. Gan yedi cedis. The make an watch say. There are a lot of countries they are better off with that dollar. They don't mention dollar. And they are making it. Why do we have to use dollar as a politics? Yadi have dollar ya politics. Yaman kofo we say dollar ne ye sika no. A lot of countries are need dollar. Obi sika no will form a depreciating, but they are better. They are better because they don't care about the dollar. Say cost for they don't care. How do we arrest the dollar? It is all about the import-driven economy. Aya can Ghana from day one. Import-driven economy. Because dollar na cost you nine and kofo here dollar dia kwakra no ma. Dia make an watch say. And ya kra yamade and kofo kofa yamade aba. It is a dollar cost. Yeah. You could go to our mosque. Open tower you father say astris tower open and namonsono open in Abia and they are packaging in oko your mosa you will see it
could it Jesus Christ say
yes ya wa ni na ye import to ama yete ha aba akomadan efodua tomatoes Jamaica watch say oko akomadan any abofo enclave na omo na edua tomatoes pa the whole West Africa. But Yatimia crack tomatoes worth of $400 million from say Burkina Faso just last year, 2024. What's wrong with us? Ediana boss high. Yedimu yediamu wa high ye. Day and still import-driven economy. We still have to carry say big sums of money go to abroad. Ni asakwa kofa modi aba. Eti aba ko President Kufuor made us to understand say this aba timi akokra banchi worth of $100,000. Eti entiase besine de da so te hu ABCD. Eti etimi nya aba bia obeba sad we say ye di program si gu forma ye besia no once and for all. De bia se de dollar e de politics abla ye di dollar. Edumne bi do $1 dollar kosro. Edumne bi do oton kuto $1 kosro. Edumne bi do oton meko $1 kosro to atutum adai. Japan for need dollar. Chinese they don't need dollar. But they produce what they have. Let us produce it.
Okay.
Let us produce it.
Matthias.
Cashew. Yetiani akokra cashew. But woko wentini nimpotemwa. Only the largest cashew producer, the whole West Africa. But yet, you could crack cashew, then who know about the Yafia or Ghana? What kind of country is this? Yeah. Oh, what you wake up and the DSTV income, what do you did at my Atami Sifun Yakuhu, Yensienwa, and no Kwania dia. We always pay propaganda for future elections. Okay. We don't think about the country. It may dollar na from. Me say. Say inflation omu hwemu yi.
Okay.
Inflation omu hwemu yi. Because ye beto aba no. Me dey ye be ka o enya politics. Ye beto aba no. Boss o ka say. Yes ye twa fufuo 10 cedis. Yes ye ntiase. Hey, fufuo kwa 10 cedis. Today fufuo ye twa ba bi 10 cedis.
15-20.
Me sra ayishia bata. Enkuto kwa na masra for over 15 years. Enkuto na me talk 3 cedis. Say 15 cedis. E be a 10 cedis ya to aba no wie. So obi ase me boa opa ge. Kwame te ha na me ka kire say Kwame. Akufo do ba be fa starch spray 10 Ghana cedis. Ya ba be to aba na starch spray 40 cedis. Say 60 cedis. And inflation na mo se ya drop no mo be kire mu. Food basket mo famra na ni na nya sa calculation.
Okay. Matthias here.
Mumienya politics no. Ya the economic indicators here.
Okay.
You need dollar. You 2 oil, but not in the commercial quantity. You bet me the politics.
Okay.
You na ye kosa ye think like that. Next time we be beje onim say dollar cost na ubetimi ahunya saka nyansa sam dia chane say ye fa dollar ya politics etie nyai.
All right. But I say Ziga Steak and what say 9 minutes past the hour of 8 a.m. Ziga Steak was brought to you by Doc Activated Charcoal. DOK Doc Activated Charcoal. Now Doc Activated Charcoal powder na eka ho asem no. Yes runku ye pa na me anopa anwumre no me numbi na me ho nya me fine ba me numbi oh me okay.
Now Doc Activated Charcoal powder. Ade ba ko ye me de say and obi a person is here white.
Yeah, no correct.
It is as I we see.
Yes.
It you could trace 5,000 cities.
Yes.
You 3,500. It depends baby abekon. But doc aba unya sadem. What you choose here you know. For be bob brush boom. For 3 days a beige white.
Come on.
Obi odidi wi ada the buffalo. Otubi kada the buffalo. Odi anwa aduane ana the buffalo. Unya doc activated charcoal powder. Obi wo ha osa atete nama. Ye tua ne nuane wo wiase na ni wontimi ni na kono de wo di aduane a acid wom kakra bia na asemaba wo di maku na asemaba ne nuane ni na ya abofuna aduane enye sa na ope ama ne so ate wohia doc activated charcoal powder e ko ya mu a osa hodo bia no betu ase e de ama obi a pimples how wonamani rashes pimples na how no enkotonku fanye wanim enkoto sam na ade ne wo yam asen ne wo yam eti doc activated charcoal powder ne ko yam a now flashing in the cause. You see, deal with the cause, not the symptoms. If you deal with the symptoms, cause no ha symptoms never say about. Doc activated charcoal powder. Doc activated charcoal powder. And no bubobi nesi pisita. Adie bia wo mu bia be ditozeko kama. Ama acid flax no ama okon eya oyano udidi wi esisi anu wada indigestion 7 previous na akwakofa enumukade brown no Ubia doc activated charcoal powder. Unu nubisa na ebekele sade ni na amo wanya ofavudie. Fa numbers no fatuja.
Ana bebi obenya bi kra so no dosu ye pa. Echoes Pharmacy ashama no benya bi na face na na boache tema. Amen Santa Clara the Delight Pharmacy okofrodia. Ana face so pharmacy bi wo pharmacies wo eyo kanshi drug lane na wonsa ebetimi aka. Doc activated charcoal DOK. Wo do kwa also hear doc DOK. Ano na wonsa ebetimi aka 0598 206-885 and also 020-661-6620 and we say ebeka aye doc activated charcoal na fe what they aye the say wo ye we and or dey aye Ziga Steak no ebre yen 12 minutes past the hour of 8 a.m. You can catch us and then you ne the honorable Sami Ewukubedi in Komo will fear hand and fear share the course of mine and then other issues that we really want to discuss here. But answer no mamene Kaibu Ventures for ending Komo ye pe na fe ye ne honorable Ashasie na fe ye di en Komo ye pa Kaibu for bia boko there. Nice. Yes, you are pa. Me sure say weekend in ko ye ma mo de. Nice.
Answer na no. You know ye Kayepko.
Okay. Kayepko. Right. Okay. Inti Kayepko for boss no here. Esa me boss di nkomo kra. Esa me ni di nkomo. Kayepko de. Uhu sa. Adwuma ni ko ye pa. Ekoye yanko na fi ni nkomo
yo ansa na no ma menchia atiefo amo ehwe na ititu echia chairman baako na sai me sofu pani prophet see yeboa last week o se ohwe dwumadi ayedi ye no nti ene se edi echia no na yebo na ba so no nsamfa mpai bo so entai ne ma achi yo ene ye kwa na ye kwa ni straight say Kayepko Ventures ye dwumadi a ye di ewo Ghana hasen ene wiase afa na nyina de boa enipa eye travel and tour ene ye na said ye di kan no last week ye kan chire mu chire amanfo say ye di amanfo tu kwan enkoye say ene na wakutua sika ama obi na wantimi amfa wantu kwan enkoba se nei upesu tu kwan na fi akoya asodie wo we deda wo problem deda na mi tu kwan na makwa pe bibia be solve problem a na no so dane problem eno ntine kaepkofo nyame aya adom na ebe pie mu organa ha sei eni wiase afa na nyina se ye boa ama obibia a wa ready say obetu kwan no obeba ya so ye ana obeba your office na yene na asinkonwa ene ukita 2000 Ghana cedi fabra your office na befa form ye beje visa ye bibia ma ansana ye de wotu kwan ye nje wutika ne ye visa wie ne no transi anhyehyɛ ye ho ti mama me bra pani so de ye number no ene ye location nyina atodwa aman.
Okay, but that Kessben for a phonetics for us. Kojo Ventures, Snami Braya King, the Jubilee say a traveler tour. So we saw to Kwanko, Europe, Canada, Asia, any America, baby, ever so could be a say yes, maybe I'll could so school, we saw Oko for tour, Oko for conference, and I'm possibly will be on my money, not a person no man, Black Kojo Ventures. Your office no eyemienu baako Kumasi baako nso Accra Kumasi no ye wo Oshim School Junction ye ben police station at Oshim School Junction police station on man ye ana Accra se wo Anya Market Deeper Life Junction se po free awosh na eba for reach there Pokuase kwan so wo so besu Anya Market Deeper Life Junction ana afi Pokuase Ablukuma Road na eba for reach there Awish La Paz kwana so uso be so deep Anya Market Deeper Life Junction ocho dra your number ro fremu number bia ubenye obafre 0556 735422 ana 0556 702834 akwentumu nsembia same akwentumu nsembia bia peso okobia for the check Kojo Ventures near wow yes if I on 2000 Ghana cedis now the passports all the Ghana card about now they buy office on what do about say but you person be too quiet say person me say for 2000 Ghana cedis bra of our passports all the Ghana card about we be say it me ba na 2000 mitya e dey na be si onua for buy office on 2 never che bia person tu kwan no say we be ye be work campaign na ma okra ye be ya ma the here so do 2000 aba now do passport aba no be cha kwanti obeso otu ye work say adwuma ebuso eyo Serbia no so tu kwan ko Serbia mpo ye carpenter ni we ye mason we ye painter we ye tiler steel bender for each like Kojo Ventures for 2000 bra. Now the passport account now the Ghana card so anything be for acquaintance be obeso your passport obeso your visa application obeso your flight reservation obeso your be for acquaintance hu bia for the check Kojo Ventures me see ya know Kumasi ana Accra Kumasi no ye wo Oshim School Junction Barikasi Road Udu Oshim School Junction obo police station Udu police station ma free number no ana Accra so yewo Anya Market Deeper Life Junction Udu Anya Market anu afre number no your number no ye 0556 735422 ana 0556 702834
yo minu ameda se mame nto awoso na nom nsuo aha said Kojo Ventures ya kan ye ne ma no ana ye kyereke ye nsam no mesre se adwuma no a wo ho no ye wo Serbia ye de ma no the same adwuma no ye de ko Dubai e benya bia ma aha ye wo Arab countries no apart from Dubai no ye mfa obia enko Arab country ene ye nuanom bi e de ye nuanom bi atutu kwan akọ Arab country a amane a nipa bi mu hu no ye de Dubai and Europe and I say Korea and Japan and ye do ebeko yam fa onko ba bia onko nya adwuma nye na wo mebo bra o man ya kekere o man na mo man na ye fe otu kwan akọ Japan no waba na wabɛsi abrosan na wode sika anaso wabɛyɛ company kɛse ɔman mu a abɛma Ghana ban so ani bɛgye yɛn nua no mu bi a ɔmo nso nya adwuma nyɛ no ɔmo nso bɛnya adwuma yɛ ti yɛsrɛ obi bia a wote Kayepco Venture sɛ anka sɛ bra yɛn office wo de wo ba empre wo ho sikasɛm anasɛ ofra ana wo betua sign mesrɛ ɛno na ma yɛ nua no mu bi ebu amanfo fa so wo de ofra de yɛ kan sɛ bra bɛfa from 2000 Ghana cedi anhyehyɛ yɛ wo bi de bɛma wo any particular sɛ yɛ hia yɛ bisafiri ho no de mayan ya ɛde wo bɛkɔ yɛ de wo kɔ a anhyehyɛ yɛ wo bi no bɛka na fe ebetima ba sɛ obekọ okoye adwuma wia bia afe ana afe ne fa ne ye de wa ye de watua eka oboye betima ba se ye be ma enhyehyeye payment plan a obefa so a odi betua mesrɛ ye mu Ghana fo emfa so ene ye mu wia se mfa so se de bi ni mu aye no ti bra ya office na be fa form CIM no ka say workers egu office a omo twen se obeba emane nyawa kwadwo na send sika ese me wa my business no ma send mobile money na me bobodin amount ye nya ne sa obabia wa obra be hu babia ye wo
obeye wie na tiro abeye ye
mpanesa
Kayepco nyesa
Kayepco nyesa ya pass obeba no me am no ka say me fia se sia ya me call office ewo anya market se sia me fia se sia me call anya market obeba beto me wo ho de sia ye bia no me no be
we say si number this number here 0556 73 5422 and 0556 70 2834 Kumasi yewo Oshim Junction Barikasi Road Hotel Junction School Junction as a Hotel Junction ye ben police station ona ana Accra se Anya Market Deeper Life Junction Anya Market Deeper Life Junction they say yes also ton cars ye ton Korea ni Japan cars but ye nye work and pay ye direct sales other be say import cars if Korea ni Japan ema wa ye boa
all right. Yada say Kayepco for mijide yes next week e be say hu obiom awofia.
Ya nemo na
unhu sa.
Fist abre e kopem say Yankopon be ba be frɛ nyina. Ya nemo betena.
Yada say Erade Shrammo. Kayepco for ne omo 18 common 21 minutes past hour of 8 where Kessben 92.9 and then on Kessben TV and then on DSTV is channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121 on Facebook Kessben TV and then on Facebook again Kessben 92.9 Mama can't just a police in here draw ewo honum bebo ama wotumi ama wo immune no etumi akosro pa immune booster papa pare police ni edro no enom na me bon dero actual sesia no syphilis gonorrhea pressure ulcer stroke waist pains fatigue malaria and face liver and kidney problems nyina no bon ho ban efi saa yare wa me bo so nyina no imboost herbal mixture ebetumi abo ye pa opebie atode a okọ pharmacy shops bia ben wa ene herbal shops bia ben wa wonsa ebetumi akabi boku mamo boku no Calamed pharmacy we low cost kwan no so honom wonsa ebeka bi oti oti region wa Bolga Tamale and face so Accra Okanshi drug lane wonsa ebeka mo na 0246 208496 0246 now we need a imboost herbal mixture for ND and common so na make it be a catch member say 40 years and above no ya ba ko pe prostate hu enkomodie di ana ano den ye pa enu ntine sa wo hwe na say Ojonso bibia wo ho otunso asabi moja na mu ana afi so da ojonso bebiro sore sa intermittent lo si unu munsuo dodo me pacho nya sa enete enu ntino esese obon ho ban dia yenko batampa process center for ho ne no mo enkodi nkomo esane so mo ene betumi ahwe amaye prostate no etumi agina yie pa ewo ye 40 years ekonimu ankasa enu ntino sa wo hwehwe batampa process center for from on 055 38000678 05538000678 na oni omo ND enkomo omo wakaswa fifi prat last stop ewo kaswa nyanya no kwan no so honom na wonsa ebeka batampa process center for or say prostate problems your last stop Sansa na make sure say mo amu hia eye collateral na mo de akoye adwuma. Mo so mo property nkrata da ho no mo asabio mo ntimi fanya hwe na enso no ebetumi awo sika amamo no. Eclipse collateral management say men kan cham so mo betumi e de nkrata na ba na e da ye adwuma na wo so no wanya kakra apodwe wanya kakra didi se na be ya wo so ho beto e man nkrata no enda ho sa akwa. Mo so mo pe eye collateral e de aye adwuma no so no mo ko hu Eclipse collateral management for na afi mo ko ji collateral no na sika bi ampesa mo ko ji ene da kan nyina no mo betumi e de aye. So wo hwehwe eye Eclipse collateral for party a omo wo ye adenta barrier near Moses Hospital honum eno omo West African SHS e dan no ho pe e na wonsa ebe kan omo 054 383 2466 054 383 2466 eno ne eye Eclipse collateral for a number a wo betumi afrom na onyomo edisa enkomo we nyina 24 minutes past the hour of 8 the honorable Sami Ewuku Atsina se eba bedi ekomo eye pa ekwapem no for ye nyina ya ba ekwapem fo ye nyina ye te hanu me ye fie obudu so ye so ya ba ye te hanu nti ne be kan ekwapem no pa. But let me read this one from a capital go so mention say in fact Dr. Bawumia is still the best to lead the MPP come 2028. So I'm pleading to all delegates to give him another chance. He will win power for the MPP come 2028. Regards to Alhaji Masawudu, incoming MPP, National First Vice Chairman Hofo, and Justin Frimpong Kodia, General Secretary of the MPP, still maintain. And also Nedia or the Ebaye and non. Yabashasiye na fi edin komo all your text messages na fi so your WhatsApp messages na so no mensa e kan making kan ni nyina ama ewo eye efia hanom as we talk to the man himself Sami Ewuku na yene no ending komo. I don't know whether he's still called the couple. Are you still the couple?
I'm Sami Ewuku.
Yeah, brother Sami, we be able to call there.
I know.
Oh, sir. Oh, so you're still not boys are bread, right?
Boys manage situation.
Boys manage situation, no.
Boys manage situation.
And then they see a boys manage situation.
So yes.
Still.
Still no. Say obi can as a friend growing concern.
Okay.
And there's you can't completely wipe it off. Until day in day out you work towards improve. Na mrantie ne mabawa so no omuye die apomuden sem adwuma sem. You definitely will always find somebody on the street. No insurance you ne adom you ne din so. But we continue to remain hopeful.
You think, sir, straight from 8 years down to 9 months, you've been an advocate for have you seen that improvement or the expectation you were looking at? And if not, bibi wo kwa fo se betimi aye.
But I'm a kind opposed to be a me home.
Okay.
I want to be sure I saw it well.
Okay.
You go see it, I'm sure I'll pick
you
it up
look
from
for it.
Vomawo.
Okay. Yeah. Me who's a brand.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm not so okay. Be as it may.
Okay.
Also, still I know the price about a year. Or say the size of both float, no. Even though no time another dollar near 15, both float size, a bono encore from. They say quite the salmon I was and said the size no has decreased. I'm sure that will answer. No answer. But
yes.
Nearly can mammy chow. Mammy boy about so many more with tea for so no more share with feed so abaso. Now, well, more let me single you out as a brother, as a friend. Because you know, fear saying and you gave me my first afternoon shot about program.
Yeah.
Obekaya.
Yes.
That time, them say now asempa.
It's true.
Until Kana de me a kohono.
Yeah.
Say bro, we and kakaka. No, I can say that was the beginning of Samuel.
Yeah.
Steve was one man. I brought me to a political program. So, and I owe 3 people that yourself, the late Kwabena Kwache and Akwame Sefakai.
Wow.
So you gave me my first short political program, afternoon program on Asempa. Kwabena Kwache gave me my first short political program, one evening program.
Okay.
That's Oman from Boiling Point.
Yes.
Kwame Sefakai gave me my first morning short on Kokroko.
Wow.
It's a moment me and Sanade, Nyakopon Fire of Akwache crazy.
Yeah.
But most are not nipa me and Sanway. Your friend me cry na me to wheelchair and may I there. Patrol. To be Sam say that Ben meet me a best and say chief that Ben a person
exactly.
It's a Monday. Me no one ditch me.
Davi.
Me put every program on hold. All constituency.
Yeah.
It's say it's unyankai.
Yeah,
and it's always a pleasure to also see you.
Thank you.
And one thing so I made dream one amantias yeda is that Kwajonya's ultimatum na Mecca. We're raising many presenters, sports journalists, political broadcast journalists, and we're producing Bebre across from station. We've traveled many stations.
Yeah.
Until I never understood why. Now we're Mununtimin Kase or Deshi and Kwa Akwejane. I want to Kase look. Now I'm hosting it on because you used to host even entertainment program.
Yes, I do.
Into me, my follow again. Oh, into my auntie said that. Be as it may, into your castle be a capua. It's quite Tiono na ye caponi. And I do the one kaka. So we can as I say, yes, no. I say, I saw from penny for no. But I'm also sorry, I must say, Colane, the and I can infinia me, infinia. Yes, no, be now on a bar. You didn't. Kaponi Kojo Preko Dankwah. So it's a pleasure to be here and a good morning to
everybody.
Good morning.
And I always also say that I owe gratitude to Kwabena Kessben. Kwabena Kessben also did what you're saying. I mean, he was like on TCSR.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's one of the mysteries.
You know, I mean, you should come and sit.
And you know yourself. And Kojo be deep. What can they name for? Because massa. They are okay. Anyway, and you decided to now sit behind the console yourself.
Exactly.
At the appointed time.
Courtesy my CEO.
And CEO though brutal. He's a man of many parts.
Sure.
Chiano. My friend Kofa by. Nyoye so enyuma we bie so for this year for Ghana for. Maybe I'm a metro a friend is a non-Ghanaian beer, a Ghana from right from cleaners to security to production team to the broadcast journalists and the receptionist secretaries, and it is helping reduce the burden on government.
Sure.
And that is why I did say the private sector and President Kufuor said also the engine of growth.
Sure.
Into once they are supported with policies are conducive, they can expand. If Kwabena Kessben me oche me 1,000 Ghana cedis. Me do car park on asa. Okay. Kwabena Kessben no mano an incentive of 1,000 cedis. No discard, an incentive. He can employ 2 more people.
It's true.
Because Obiane Nadomache.
It's true.
He is an entrepreneur.
It's true.
And he's a businessman. He must be there. Political science psychology. Lawyer. Yeah, by the training of a politician, it's
true.
For a businessman, he retains and expands.
It's true.
Until when I see people are in the field of business and entrepreneurship, they win my heart any day.
All right.
Oh,
that's a power. Kofi Dia Sami Kancho say, Obubo lesson on Mundi, ni ono beku.
Oh, Emmanuel Kofi Dia. Kofi Dia, ono no akwa bone bakwa just a diabolic man, crown of the Bishas. Kofi Mecha baby I will be, and in fact it's so true.
Yeah.
Kofi so me more hot FM.
Yes.
Yeah, and me one kaipa. And I've kept faith and friendship with all these people
it's
I've
true.
mentioned.
That's so right.
They will tell you.
So right.
And Kojo, you know
right.
me, you know it.
So right.
Kofi Dia yourself, Sifaka, the late of Akwache, and son of Fifi Boafo.
Exactly.
Solomon Sasumensa.
Yes.
Without more Emmanuel Kofi So you are so right. And up to date.
Yes.
I've still kept in touch with these people.
It's good.
Yes,
yeah, that's
and make one national youth organizer, me kaipa, as a kwawe just communicator, continue ejumano. Mwana mujine musa se share we obetimi aboamo. me creation of the media.
Sure.
Samia Oku na Dodona, the media created me too, and positioned me, encouraged me to even run for National Youth Organizer, Mekai Meko. It took some journalists, who came together to even print 2,000 t-shirts from when I was going for National Youth Organizer.
Wow.
Because also Mekoye Jumade as youth leader, head my party by power.
It's true.
As national organizer, a boy Jumade. So, Momo Diano, you are supposed to be the vanguard in the space.
Sure.
Yes, we are Diano.
Sure.
Your chair. It's important that we are scrutinized, we are called out and shaped.
Yeah, that's
it. But now one purpose. Is the enterprise Ghana. So na be Ghana and also be economy. Whether in this or MPP, Obiano is selected to advance the country to the next level. The approach may be different, but the destination should not change. Because if we want to get to cycle, Bibeka say Oduka price or Kwakofa Kokomlemle.
It's true.
Akonantimo wa the ababi see the overhead next was ababi ras here.
Yeah, no
credit.
No credit.
Obi so betimi aka say no me enfa Kessben anima.
It's true.
Kwakofa overhead na say asan kwakosi station.
Yeah.
So the destination should not change.
Yeah, no credit.
It's the approach and I answer something.
Yeah, no credit. Now, picking up the mantle to run as an MP.
That's right.
Now an MP for Ekuapem North. It's saying amount it's a new feeling, but how is it?
It's a new feeling and a new phase. So in 2012, I plan ahead.
Okay.
In 2012, I decided someday I want to serve my people at Ekuapem North. 2012.
Wow.
And in Kaka, I was visiting home because Ekuapem North, one of major fee.
Okay.
Major fee Mampong.
Okay.
Mampong. So yeah, one of the towns I work Ekuapem North. We were Ekuapem North, move from Accra. After a break, you go to Ashirase.
Yes.
After Ashirase, you enter Obosmanse.
Yes.
Obosmanse is the first town out the Ekuapem North.
Oh, okay.
Until Ufi Obosmanse, no one could tutu. Ufi tutua, no we do Mampong. Mampong and Mifi. Then after Mampong, Eya Botechi. After Botechi, Eya Monochrome. After Monochrome, Eya Manfi. We do Manfi, you have two options. So Oriko straighter, you are heading towards Ekropong. Then there's a bypass to Latte. Ohonu Naka, I mean Pesuaso. We do Manfi now for left towards Koforidia. We descend there through Kwamoso, Tinkong, then you enter Koforidia.
Yeah.
So from Obosmanse, that's after a brief assurance, Ekuapem North ends at Eastern Premier Hotel.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's
I've
a
seen it. Vast constituency. And I'll do man for now go straight to Ekropong, Hososo na end at that end.
Wow.
Then when you branch off the latter road, that's also the called latter. And you could see latter who descended down towards the Dodoa Road. Ekuapem North. That's
yes. Tamara Hono.
Yes.
Wow.
So the feeling, when I decided to contest, me told me boss, and I made sure share baby I said the Niamato. I warmed myself into the heart of the people. Now it wasn't a rush. It's not organic, gradual. We read the Fasha Wakobi. We a program from 2012. It was gradual.
Wow.
Even that was before I maybe contested for National Youth Organizer. Because I became National Youth Organizer in 2014. But I had plans of being an MP there someday. To be the National Youth Organizer. From there, still as Nami Kofi, Nami Boawom, the Constituency, the Member of Parliament. That's an EW Boafo.
Yes, Boafo, yes.
Me somno. Me in a year, Juma. Program be no muhiya mi be me Kobi. After W Boafo, and Miniabia, Nanama, Dokwesi, and so by. And I supported the party and the constituency. Any program I'm to frame. And even elections, more be else the party, the constituency executive, the constituency. I provided that. Then after national organizer, my term of office by in 2022 June. And at that time, I was Director General of the NLA. And I decided to call for party executive position. It's time to go home. So that whole mantra, Ofie, we are going home. And Ofie is a greeting of the Ekuapem people. So the who you ask because you're Ekuapem. And what can say Ofie also Ofie pe. And so after serving as national youth leader, national organizer, I decided it's time to now go home. The dream that started in 2012. So someday, maybe be a warm na she be going. Na nom so aba me na so. Sorry, I suffer so aba me ho. Say me twa me ni me hwefie. So I plan on contesting, and today I'm not a parliamentary candidate or aspirant. Ekuapem North, me pursue so constituents na nanom ne asofo and Krumanfo one darumenti and me the member of parliament for the Kessben North constituency.
Wonderful.
You walked into parliament in a new environment, and I needed to also learn and understand the rudiment of the game, and then and so far the last 8 months, 8 months. I wouldn't say it's been challenging, but it's been an eye-opener. Because what I was used to as national organizer, national youth organizer in corporate life, very different. And in parliament, they will say political parties pinia to about a but in Yakura Honumna, the inscription on your NPP member of parliament. For Ekuapem North and NDC member of parliament for Buim. A member of parliament. So it is believed the thinking and the focus should be on nation building. And aside that, I've also learned a lot about how to work as a team, because we support each other, especially with minority for your numbers, we are challenged. So Brano, we need to look out for each other and support leadership. Leadership led by the Honorable Afenyo Maakye, deputized by Mama Patricia PJ, the Honorable Frank Anodompre, the Honorable Habib Idrisu, and the Honorable Jerry Ahmed Shaib. They've been fantastic leaders. They've helped us navigating Mukaka. So we keep learning, and I'm sure I will be better in the coming months on the floor of Parliament. Back home, in the constituency, I also keep engaging my people. Me making sure that there should be an important and fine blend between your work in the House of Parliament and your work in the constituency. Because you see, Kojo, it's the people that elected you to represent them. If they withdraw that social contract, sa kungana otesono untanasubio. Two man can be out there. Now, on time, Kofia, they withdraw that social contract. And any least opportunity at Minyano, I try to go back. Saturday like this, I was there, called 7 funerals.
Wow.
And now too, I was there to attend church programs. You know, if you hear, person me visited some of the corporate institutions in our constituency, about back. Or China, person me could share security agencies needs to be check up on them, find out what is happening. Ukuda amonokron for almost omudi adai, omubutu adai. So okochia nananom wamo trim kwa asanshi won crying for. So if you are not strategic, you'll be consumed by just the work you won't crime. Until that's one lesson, any advice. I mean, if you in more parliament, and I think that is important. If you ask me of my, I miss me by as a new member of parliament, my pesias from Becachos, as some is engaging, and my coffee be our friend Ofie Market. And the Ofie Market, no, in fact, during my campaign, me who say, in fact, who descend the Manfe here, no, or a cocoa down. So 38% of my constituency are below Manfe Hill. In terms of the electorate. Normally, are predominantly farmers.
Yes, it's true.
Okay. Into about 60% and no more the upper hill.
Yes, I also holding
Kamangwas, also Tinkon, Kebu, Nyame Betre, Konko, Niadina, all the majority are farming areas. So, me campaign me who say the post-harvest losses I walk down the lower hill na real. Into one bit me a dua one no buy a best no onya kakre don be back to the center. And then I have one major market, which is Adolso Market. Adolso Market is Tuesdays and Fridays. So I decided to create another economic hub.
Okay.
At Amonochrome.
Okay.
Amonochrome for me is central.
Okay.
Our constituency. Neither Amonochrome or Manfe.
Okay.
But Manfe is already busy. The runabouts, they have stations, they have a lot of activities there.
Yeah.
I also wanted to bring up Amonochrome. Now, Monochrome, a very small town, but don't move in power.
Yeah.
Now, one man is a Suketwa Inumegware. Small river or stream, but can bath itself.
Yeah.
Intimate and Ananum Tenase. Americans and I know Sim Queti, I am Monochrome. A Bonabaso, a Danase Sopa, and some person did this initiative baho. So, as an MP, what I do is that the last Saturday of every month, Yebefa a year tracks at the cost is on me the MP.
Okay.
Now me the action the farmers and the one harvested product from all the villages now lower hill near the Abba Monochrome.
Okay.
So and it's a free and open market.
Okay.
They don't pay for any shed. They don't pay for any chair or canopy.
Wow.
Until me the one bar, then the consumers and the buyers can buy fresh farm produce at farm gate prices.
Okay.
Because they are at the cost, the farm produce, near the transportation. So if the MP no afasa kana, the farmers number. So now they are so excited. The first one was in March. March, I mean, fears, it registered 1,000 patrons. Then the second one was in April, the last Saturday of April. We also registered about 2,500 patrons who came to buy, who came to sell, who came to buy in bulk and go and resell. Then the third one was in May. May registered about 4,000 patrons.
Wow, increasing.
June registered about 6,000 or so. And July registered about 8,000 patrons.
Wow.
August, because maybe only do the grounds.
Okay.
And as we also begin the festivities towards Ojuania Day. Into September, then we are hoping that it will be bigger because that's the last Ofie before the Ojura festivities.
Yeah.
That's on the sideline, what I also do is that Obiba Obeton Ade and Obeto Ade, not the Medinech. Into my creating a kids' place, the bouncy castle and the music.
Oh, wow.
So the kids play all round.
Whilst the mother also work.
And their security people any assistance here from Omoshe Mofrano.
Wonderful.
So it's a shopping experience.
Wonderful.
Me as an MP, we don't take it down there. How me? And it's a man who corporate Ghana. Now they also come to mount their canopies and branding, and then they are doing business without even coming to look for the organizers. Until September, then they won't be like that.
Okay.
If corporate Ghana Day, it's important they chip in. If it's the farmers and the traders, it's free.
Okay.
But corporate Ghana Day, you're a business profit-making entity.
Sure.
So, and we are also now reaching out to other partners. We've had other beverage industries almost, they've come in to support.
Nice.
And it's going bigger and bigger.
Nice.
The difficulty is maybe the venue at a point by end of the year we may have to look at because it keeps growing.
Okay.
Aside that, let's buy on my CC school at my renovating hospitals. I've made sure it's ongoing.
Okay.
I've completed 8 projects in 8 months.
Okay, wonderful.
And spread between the bigger towns and the smaller towns.
Wonderful. I think first last Saturday, they say I will move from Dodo and come and shop because I didn't know.
In fact, people make it part of their schedule because
yes,
cheaper.
And I'm making
now we're stocking for the month
straight.
Now Saturday, Saturday, dear Yanyan. Mohona. Opinion be friend. Sammy, Yaba bedo ene man nam so nana ene de na yere ya man ne ade bia. Na bi adam mo board romantic. Apparently I didn't know so no ba or the 300 minimum 300 beds.
Okay.
Poultry.
Ooh.
Just on every day, every Saturday, or the yearly sales, not one remains. See, now, me, I didn't know. So I hardly go there.
Yeah.
So when I said, no, the buyer, no, not say, I can't them. So, it's on our way, and I'm so, and I said, the connect. Yeah, it's a feeding by me cost.
Okapman for 7 countries or more coin and no many more no so fix more Okapman secondary school.
Many we are doing. In fact, if I can so about Maakye, but Okapman was the first school I made a project. Me ultramodern basketball and volleyball court man.
Okay.
And they are right. And yeah, just Omanimo is the inner road. Okay. School required to I think towards the administration, and I want to sit down with the old student.
Okay.
Old Student Association.
Okay.
We just share government in Kwanzaa and fa. Now, as an MP, almost as partners, all students, and the school and the PTA, let's see what we can do for them. JFK said that, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can also do for your country. Luckily, they say, Nana Ansasa Sraku, life patron of the Okapman Old Students Association. Nana Ansasa Sraku is now the board chairman. For SNET. And I won't cancel. An American is saying, a partnership to fix Okapman Senior High School Road.
Yeah, that's my thinking, right?
Yeah, that's my
Mensa in Obuase or say, I am NDC man, but in MPP, this man in the studio is the holy hope. I feel him, Mr. Ewuku. Or no so Nadia or de by no. Now yanko straight to the issues, national issues. Bakumi Unibinafe, Yentinsi, the MPP, and share what is really happening there. Now, one of the biggest issues that has really gone on within the week has to do with the sack of the Chief Justice. May sure so what?
I mean, I feel bad for President Mahama.
Oh.
I feel bad for him because you see.
Well, you saw Mrao.
Emrano, Kojo. You see, on your man now, coin. When you need an fata. If I want to arrest Kojo Preko Dankwah today, I can employ every trick, exploit every law. Anya no betumbako. Because you drive. Me stop you. Me check it, Bibiano, me to be first aid. I can even check the tire pressure. And you go like, when you feel that you are being targeted. Secondly, NDC had done quite some work in trying to move away from a dark past about the judiciary. They had done some work in trying to move away with the election of Professor Mills, Anna Oye law lecturer and a professor in law, and as an academic. Mills brought a new face to the NDC. And my academia for no beginning to have a second look at the NDC. Obekaya, there was a time when they started even losing cases during Professor Mills. One of it was a Yana murder trial and all that. It pushed their national chairman, the late Kwabneje, to say there are so many ways of killing a cat. It shook the judiciary because of Abakosem. Because 3 high court judges were murdered cold blood in the middle of the night. Nyankopon na yomadom since you toy. And their remains would never have been found. Until you've had a party and this antecedent. Sam Renona, these Erukasem course were 2 judges. Fast forward the comment of Dr. Kwabneje, there are so many ways of killing a cat. See, they're moving on gradually as a nation. So you break it away from Sanyame. So, President Mahama, you get an overwhelming endorsement at the polls. I was surprised when initially people were even talking about Mahama going for a third term. You know, that
That
conversation
debate
started.
also came up, yeah.
And even this constitutional review report, constitutional review committee or commission, people thought that it was a veiled attempt
Yes.
to smuggle in that day.
Exactly.
I would have been surprised because he was elected under a constitution. And the constitution had provided that he was going to serve for another term. That's the 4 years. And law saying, take it retrospective. What pass him running there, it looks forward. But we all believe that, and then the fair non tunche. The President Mahama now says, so no, he won't be on the ballot. Constitutionally, he wasn't going to be on the ballot. But you can have adventurers. They can pump it into your head. Look, power can trick you, President Kufuor. You may even look invincible when you have power. But power is so transient. When it leaves you, we have been in power before. And to me, who will be equal to me? Nani Pano be intoxicated by the sound of his own voice and begins to feel like a king. Yento hine swaba by two politicians swaba. Once upon a time, MPP had 1 million votes in our basket. The same Ghana for no mukore NDC and Tutiao, a mine overwhelming majority. Yenke bin shemu, yenyi bin fimu. Yenkofa Somalia for Egyptians, and Moroccans, and Malians, Semigum. The same Ghanaians went to the polls. Down the line again, NPP and him, SR2TIMA, NDC overwhelming majority of almost 1.7. It shows that the voter is complicated. And clearly, President Mahama's overwhelming majority in Parliament, the goodwill you have at the polls, what will a Chief Justice, and also yet another arm of a government, be too injurious to your government? So you soon, Mama examples. Say, Emrano, even in police, one for be urban sabotage. Police ni person ochiwa, bit ma tata the whole, they cross one yellow. Or shano nyahia na mebo ni mani biche. This is not an appointee of the executive. This is the head of another arm. Your three arms of government: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Interestingly, the head of the judiciary swears in the heads of both the legislature and the executive. And again, as a government, when I appointed the Attorney General, when I appointed even justices to the court, and the law is in the bosom of the judge. It's not a year too much for the Mahama administration to deal with. And we don't have to be friends to work together. But you have to be clear. We don't have to be friends to work together. We only have to have the respect between us to work together. Professor Mills Bayana, he worked with Georgina Wood. There were times that some decisions from the court, no, yes, but working with Georgina Wood. President Kufuor Beto, your friend is saying, a CJ who was there from Rawlins's time, and Edina escaping me, but I can't get it. He worked with a person. Yabeto, in fact, DFANA was speaker.
Yeah.
But Oyanajuma Kama, Edeko Ye, Obiana and Tete, no. Until a saya mimi show saying this year chato and its implications is that this is the first time under our democracy. A sitting Chief Justice has been removed.
But I mean, through a
under
petition.
the fourth Republican rule.
Yes.
What can I say through a petition? I'm saying, oh, yeah, but the threshold. Come on. Say, oh, Nipano, what is due here as entitlement and the conditions of service? So you are saying that the Chief Justice traveled with the husband and the child, and that is a higher threshold to remove a sitting Chief Justice. Kojo may prefer to find on you a very easy. Likewise, me. Now you know the danger. If we don't take care and protect our democracy, you start seeing some decisions coming through the court. Because the judiciary now, either they will be in a panic mode or they will be forced to toe the line of the executive. Into justice now, Oko Court, which is the last pillar of your redress, Yes, patapapio to credit man error. And ubi chimon sa no foul who they so trample upon her. The only place that you seek redress is the law court. Police Nichewa, at the end of the day, if the case is strong enough, it must end in the law court.
But I mean, my Mr. Sassim, who looks at that to say say threshold nesun and a threshold nesun? The article that you issue the 416, yes,
they brought
I mean
petitions. One of the petition, the company was saying NGO na nipa no kote didn't exist at the Registrar General. It didn't. But the sitting Chief Justice is forced to come answer to things that doesn't even exist in terms of, and in law, no, fraud vitiates everything. If Kojo Preko Dankwah Bekachem, so he's a broadcast journalist with Kessben TV, say wants to have an interview with me. Now me ko check na Kojo Preko Dankwah is not an employee and it's not a broadcast journalist with Kessben. Right from the beginning, I don't have to even listen to you because you came in under impersonation and a pretext of fraud. The same way, I haven't been a Chief Justice before and I haven't been a judge before. But you heard from some of the testimonies of people who have sat on the seat. You heard from Sophia Kufu and her comment, that of Justice Eni Yeboah, that of Jones Doche. It should tell you, say, it's an abnormal situation. Until America said, I feel bad for President Mahama because he didn't need this. He actually didn't. Until now, no, Obi Biano Babetna Ghana Benya Kunyaneso. In future, we use this as a precedent and cite it so. But under President John Dramani Mahama, a Chief Justice was removed. So if now I'm removing even all justices of the Supreme Court, then you can't question me.
At least the petition that comes, because if
the petition there was weak, and the threshold for me has been lowered on stated misconduct. Let's say a Chief Justice.
But who determines it as weakness? As weak?
The president. And you establish a prima facie case.
Good.
Fine. You give the person to a fair hearing. Now the person even though, sir, you know what? It makes the whole thing interesting. The woman raised it in her argument. Say, one of the petitioners, you know, now Oshe the lawyer. And I said, Judge ni otna na sensonia there. They were part of the panel as investigating me. As the accused. Into more multi panels, the one chairing it, so I even have a difficulty.
Like Justice Palmer,
yes,
for instance, yeah.
Your man kono testifier. Your man even copies of the testimonies of the accusers. Your Jenny phone that's stripping, she's incommunicado with everyone. You don't treat a Chief Justice like that. We on your High Court judge and a Circuit Court judge. That is the oracle of your constitution. And for me, I have a difficulty.
Okay.
But I am sad because the moment the citizens give up and lose confidence and hope in the judicial system, that means you are preparing the ground. Say, court is not an option. Which Ghana we've come too far for us to slip back into it. So I just think that it was unnecessary.
People are seeing same self petitions happening to EC.
Yeah. I mean, the template is a playbook. But Obi, I know I compare that of the CJ's own to Charlotte. It's different. Charlotte, the deputies were those who petitioned, and they were fighting among themselves. And the deputies testified against their boss. EC is a constitutional body. But you're talking about an arm of a government. If we don't have 4 arms, the EC is another arm of government. The 3 arms here, the executive, legislature, and the judiciary. These are and beneath these 3 arms, and the structures flow. And the Charlotte situation was completely different. On the deputies, deputy commissioners. Now I yet tough war. Then this one accuses this one in the open. This one alleges impropriety, misappropriation, this. Inti I don't know this petition because of the gravamen of the accusation. And then the issues that the deputies, if Kojo producer goes on air and writes a petition to your boss, the owner of the station, your owner won't take it lightly.
Sure.
Because ono producer, ono nekona krana, Mona Motinas and Alcaso, boss, near Kojo be a agenda setting, deliberately seven previous, or Kojiska will be ho, no, Sienfa we met to Bamasoni and Rono. I don't think this is a matter that Dr. Kessben said, no, let me see.
Lawyer.
Yeah, lawyer. Because let me sweet it under the carpet. Because I said, no, that is totally different from an outsider who then rise to lawyer Kessben said, Kojo Preko Dankwah, me who say Okodidi or this restaurant, and I think that Nesenka Eduane not up to 2 cedis, but Kojo spend 4 cedis, and I think say no they and I said the back on the choir, but when you say be a moment, Nesenka, you can't compare these two. When your producers are alleging and accusing you to that of an outsider. Okay. Me, I feel bad. And this decision of President Mahama may haunt the nation for many years.
Would you be surprised if you find out that, I know, the EC so is also gone?
Nothing is surprising.
Because Jonah Mosquito keeps singing that same song.
For me now, with the removal of the Chief Justice, I can tell you nothing will surprise me under this government.
Okay.
And the extent to which they can go. First, they came for the Jews. And you said you were not a Jew, so you didn't care. Secondly, they came for the socialists. Also, the only socialists for Then they came for the conservatives. Also, they came for the liberals. Then they came for you. And there will be nobody standing to fight for you. With this, I'm saying that the voices of reasoning, and not a Justice Stockholm, tomorrow, you name which sector of our country. It could be your relation and that they are coming after. And to me personally, I think this decision is perverse. And the speed with which Abino received the report, the 10,000-page report in the morning, mid-morning, within 2 hours, 10,000 pages, maybe satisfied themselves with the recommendation, wrote it out that same. I think it calls for Guinness record. A speed of light.
Guinness record is saying
the resetting is sharper than I thought, because 10,000-page document. The president was able to read this 10,000-page document and satisfy himself that the recommendations are fair and advised by his legal counsel that grounded in law. 10,000-page document within 2 hours. My goodness.
Honorable Sami Ewuku and Yanu Nadine come on 9 minutes past the hour of 6 minutes past the hour of 9. Nadine come on for national issues and we're hitting down into the MPP. But my kind way, I am Dagbon Joseph, an NDC, but Sami Ewuku is my mentor. That's nice. Yeah, that's
or Tamalia and
also Dagbon.
I said Dagbon means within the northern region.
Yes.
That's about. I'm not better no Dagbon anymore. That's about.
Oh, okay.
I'm not so just on now.
Oh, okay. What's it in?
But the National Youth Organizer.
Okay, yes, obviously into the
meaning all the joints.
Hi, this man is so humble. I'm Florence from Equiapim Tutu. Some of us are happy to have you as our MP. Also, Nadia or de Ebaye and no. And then this one says that in fact I really like this man too. By the grace of God, he will be the president of the Republic of Ghana by Ifi Ibrahim of Upper East Pusiga and Ode Nadia Ebaye. Now, Sami, me I hit it down to the NPP. Now, people feel that the NPP is losing grounds, the grounds, with speed. One, you caught by election, Ablekuma North, you caught Yanko, Lusu. Then we did Yankasa, Akwetia, when we are the ones holding on to power, except Sebi, even Yabema Neja, Yakotuaba, Yasan and Lusu. Then too many things comes in. As you say, NPP is not really, holding grounds again. Do you feel that the NPP is losing grounds?
So, every political party goes through phases. Let me be very honest with you. Yet now, Bemu successfully 8 years under President Kufuor. President Kufuor did a lot. Kufuor time, any day free maternal care. Ghana ma ewo ye form ma to say Israel form. President Kufuor time, any day leap livelihood empowerment against poverty. And therefore, anyone more below the poverty line, we're able to support them with some stipends. Kufuor or the buy. President Kufuor or the National Health Insurance, buy. These are legacy policies and initiatives.
Yeah.
President Kufuor any day school feeding program. And they did two things. A fight come, increase enrollment and increase retention. Abofra no so ko school a obenya aduane adi. Wonya aduane di ntino obetena dem ho. Nti ebe increase the enrollment and a retention. Cause we watching yem say ye de aduane beba. Then Kufuor time na Dubai. A buy for Ghana's business. Kufuor time na China. Ghana for Kokwanso. In Tubaha, President Kufuor did a lot. But the height of the global housing crisis and the crunch.
Yes.
In 2007, 2008. Ye nipa a refie bemu. Ye call polls no. NPP ko lusu. It's answer nipa no why discomforted because of nania ekoswe we are fanina. Even though we're in government successfully for 8 years, John Ajekum Kufuor tikesi ebo adwen. Then enters the NDC. Then MPP Esabai. Nanado buy in terms of policies and programs, MPP Ejuma. A lot, Kojo. The flagship policy of free SHS, one ambitious program of a government within the last century. Because it provided an opportunity for the rich and the poor child to dream. Someone now can sit in the same classroom. There was Chimota, there was St. Augustine's, there was Kapeman, there was Presec, and Fancy Pim, and all. So it removed barriers. Ye no fee honum, a buy no beto. In fact, the NPP inherited an IMF economy. NPP better na 2017. Now the country was already under IMF at President Mahamudu Ejao. But because of the programs of the Akufo-Addo government, Pian Felimpo Krase were under an IMF economy. Uye no fee the industrialization agenda of Ghana. The one district, one factory. As several Ghanaian companies were supported to either expand or we helped some to build from the scratch. The government's programs are now ever left, right, center. And you could share in time, Kessia. Now, you're not MPP for sometimes 18 years. We're doing so well near Kushia in time, Kessia. Like President Kufuor faced with the global economic crisis, Akufo-Addo faced his version with the COVID. COVID no ubite Wuhan laboratory. No akwakwa year experiment that goes bad. Na ni oton wache wo mamobi abenya yare no. Oshe across the world. Ghana's COVID fighting effort was hailed globally by the World Health Organization and all. But it came at a cost. The cost na e buy was that nipa ho betreo. We saved lives at the expense of the economy. Governments had choices to make. Oko Spain, Edu baby, the prime minister gave up. Or say at this point, each man for himself. Because I say as a government, we've done everything. They died in tens and thousands in Spain and Italy. And Edu baby in the hospitals of Madrid and in the hospitals of Rome. People had to choose. In fact, the doctors were making decisions as to whether you will live or you will die. Yet then it's Kessben 2020. Many governments lost elections in 2020, but the MPP prevailed. But you will not be facing the cost of post-COVID. And they are not by Ghana for core polls and you go to TI. I won't fault the Ghanaian people because when you feeling the pinch at the pump, share government policy. You feel that Ubotomunye near the Kotoaba near the NDC. 8 months into the government of President Mahama, mind you, they still have some element of goodwill. We lost our brother painfully, Ernest Kumia. Would have been the wish of Ernest. No, but a parliament, akwetiate ekuapem no fechi direct me dane many on am ne chi to man
Okay.
enye nchen me dane many a like directly many bonanim me nua bema no had plans for akwetia nanso fofia antwata no they call 8 months the people I'm sure who share the elections it's not that they humiliated the MPP, not at all. Akwetia too has been a swing. Kaka. 2012 it was NDC. 2016 an MPP be winning back with Amase. 2020 and a call back to the NDC. And at 2024 MPP san beje. To our here on my last 3 elections on normal swing it. 2012, 2016, 2020. They've had 4 elections. They've had 4 different MPs. 8 months into a government, then you have senior members of the NDC, of Collins Dauda, saying that on no power and Koyema Penia, na kwetia for Antoine Moma developing be anywhere about. He has psychological impact. Because for the next 3.5 years, the people to Obia Kajom say, Montoa Maya, Bibia Kosoho. Modeshia ne modoba ene so amone ne tran na munim no and that's contested in 2029 so they had also that familiarity with him. I don't think MPP losing Akwetia by election shows that we are weak as a party. In fact, President Kufuor, when he was president, we won every by election during our time, but we lost the 2008 elections. In the by elections, you have the entire country congregating in one constituency. You see goodies. When you are lucky, you scrape through. When you are not lucky, you lose it. Obiya now they compare Asen North. Asen North was close to the general elections. That time, the mood of the country had been tilted against the MPP. The sitting member of parliament was NDC. And the elections, this was close to general election. Which the mood, for me, was not going to make a difference. Kumewu MPP retained it. It was also close to general elections. If we just close to general elections, and we had certain MPs who are our own, I don't think the MPP should be dispirited. As I said, we are going through a phase. What I am worried about is that we don't run party operations and internal disagreement on radio.
And that's what's happening.
And that is why I say I'm worried. And I think that I will encourage the national officers, a Senator Kremenya Asemwa, Omwana Omoka. And discipline too must come from the top.
Is it the fact that because we have seen a lot of things nanka you feel say executive betumi a check no metumi amanye metumi a typical example has to do with even your bro chairman abronye I mean going out all out or not cross setting the TV on social media I mean lambasting the executives soon to me chairman moka say okay mayam ko ha nebi mo ko ho obetwen later you find them now issuing statement to say oh yeah kasama mo nko we last 1 year and that can't
after elections the party is going through a phase and yet unusual. It happened same in the NDC. It happened same when we lost Warri. In new. What you do is that you dust off and I know that you are a party. I am part in a party. And always don't forget as a political party that you have another election to contest. You cannot continue to cry over yesterday. You have to move on. And you have to also make plans and changes, any amendment for the future. The MPP you see today, our undying spirit. We can sink low, we have the potency of also rising. 2015, the party took decision and under our 4th Republican rule for a major political party. We didn't have a substantive national chairman. We didn't have a substantive national affairs vice. We didn't have a substantive general secretary. But this party was able to dig deep in search of his soul, a contestee, a general election against a sitting president who was seeking re-election and an incumbent party to win. So never discount the spirit of the NPP. NPP now who knows an offshoot of a tradition. Mind you, a statifi yana Dankwah moso. Dombo, Buzia, is gone through phases and is faced turbulence as it changes its name. But its colors and its root and tradition has never changed. what I want to encourage my colleagues at the regional level, at the constituency level, at the national level, because here to obey we are. Maintain me once, Beba. Me take it part of the blame. Say, be a baby, what I could have done. It'll be a man, and me lose. I won't heap the blame on one person. It will be a tragic mistake for me to sit here and say, so, Yanfa blame them money pabako. And I am more President Akufo-Addo Dankwah. And I am more Dr. Bawumia Nkwah. And I am more Minister. Yenna, me say we are collective in the situation we find ourselves in. Because ebia, obo hon ma no wa frame ya na onyame. Ebia nka me peke sa call bi na na frame na nka information bi I could have saved the situation. Obo hon mo a ebia no be hwehwe same oku. But na ho be 1 hour 2 hours into ni bufu ye. Let me give you an example. There's this woman in one of the constituencies, Fantiakwa. Then the MP drew my attention. So, Mamini is bitter about me. Aden so, obe na ne bayare. Ti obe train no hwehwe no NLA. Obe tena ho no na ope support the Nebanako hospital. O mama na ehume na Nebano, she eventually lost the child. Okay. I didn't know. Receptionist no take ABNL. Never even brought it to the attention of the Director General Secretariat. For me to even know, say, be a part in EB train. Now, so reception and me ko blame no. When I'm here head of the entity, it's me mess blame. And let us stop. So I say we and kwano ye we and me say a collective in the situation we find ourselves in. But one thing that I'm sure of is the undying spirit of the MPP. And I'm confident, say, look, and nothing me, I believe, say, yeah, the doctor about me, I could be more boy.
Because I'm coming to that.
No problem. If I can dovetail into
yeah, let's go.
Because, first of all, Mijidi said, and yeah or no, and a dear co-opposition.
Now, why?
It was a gamut of issues. For instance, obi ko akwa ko na mama example so obi obetina me mechi o na menyawe that party person stayed away from the polls. How can that be the fault of Dr. Bawumia? Obi wo ayi Accra hey in the heat of the election no be aye abaye ya be piano niemagu e bia ne na kakra de akofadwa o de akofa niema oba be ton enma na yire anase ni kunu ne mansa akoma no ya be pianto si na agu. I said, bring na kan. Master, no matter how much you love your party, you won't go and vote. Nipana ebia or in that score no, a mayor nete office, an regional minister at your office, but onim se ebia an action that took place, I'm gonna lose 10 votes for the party. Another example, board in Sika ekoye share bond imobi. Through the problems in post-COVID, and the government's debt restructuring. Aban take a bitter pill to save the economy, but you also lost vote. We needed to make a choice whether to save the economy in Ghana or to take a political position.
And that was a leadership decision.
And that I'm saying a political, a leadership, but a choice. Either you want to save your country and its economy, or you are saving your vote. And I'm saying so those decisions. I'm saying no. What the SWAT Dr. Bawumia Nkwah. I'll also give you another example. Police for ebi omo complaining and ebi a papa we hire you papa we say da papa no how no fee ebi ono na ebe ba na tena. That policeman will feel that even if me to Obama the last time I won't vote for you. Omo a obi ode ni sika ko ne pension aban as part of no for so restructure debt na aban de ne sako kan or ye party ni but offer the pain.
But some sad ye di ensa kan say sika na leader o teso na oboa eye penye no oka ho no eye Dr. Bawumia na emu o te say oko moko thank you to ni say he then confesses to tell all of us say mo kan say me yenye say enso no ye say mo kan say me yenye say
you do an analysis the issues that led to your defeat, and MPP after every election we do an analysis of how we fared. And this is we have in the Kessben report. The same thing they faced, Enubia. With the grounds and the feedback now, the election review committee, and the Okwe report, and none the former flag bearer, and that of your friend is saying the general secretary and the party leadership were giving highlight. Until Nkofo release a report, now I found it weird. Nobody will release a report to you. They can speak to the issues that were raised. Because report to printed back one for safekeeping. And then I guided the party in its decisions and next steps. And one of the recommendations was that we should have an early presidential primaries. It's one of the recommendations.
The top-bottom approach that we are facing now.
Why? It's not, when people say top or bottom, I don't come in, because the presidential primaries is a standalone election.
Okay.
And let me educate our viewers and our listeners on this matter. What will be polling station executive our mandate for 4 years? Whether the parliamentary candidate wins or not, or no there, or till 4 years. What will be a presidential candidate? Or no, only mandate for 4 years, or mandate for the election done in him. What will be constituency executive, electoral area coordinator, regional executive, national executive, or more mandate for 4 years. Into omono mukwaya mukwaba, the term of office near 4 years. But me as a parliamentary candidate in the last election, if I had lost my elections, I cease to be a parliamentary candidate. As a party in beginning the process to look for a new one. So it's not a bottom or top.
Okay.
A early presidential primaries. But I've been fortified in my belief in the aftermath of that decision. Said the decision that National Delegate Conference took was a good decision.
It was a good one.
Why? Because Utie Kasana no share what party name now. You are better off doing away with the presidential primaries. And we are enough time to heal. Because look, people are deliberately smearing people.
Why do you say deliberately?
Deliberately. Deliberately because on him say adewe ebi American for this aspirant and you no credit. But this son say bia ye presidential primaries. Timidini num. And with this, I'm being very brutally frank with you. Ubetimi enye sukwa no maybe. Asa sebe prediasa. Enya batwo any politics are. Nka sebe nke enya wa fe ne Dr. Baumia, enya wa fe ne Kennedy Japan, enya wa fe ne Brian, enya wa fe ne Kwabene Japan, enya wa fe ne Dr. Yaweduchum. And don't use the presidential primaries to fight those proxy wars. Because here we are, MPP are this year, in this contest of NIPA 5, right?
Yes, 5.
5, no. Bodro, there'll be a winner.
Sure.
When the winner emerges, how do you work with the winner when deliberately you decided to go on an onslaught? Now we soon say, "Never be American, they are funny pano." And then your opponent will put these stuff together and then fight on. Me, one thing that I don't subscribe to, the negative politics, and I cross my heart and hope to die. There are enough qualities and values Dr. Baumia possesses here I can sell him with. I don't need to attack Ken, attack Brian, attack Kwabena, attack Yao Oseye Duchu to raise Dr. Baumia. The one I have to turn my guns towards is the NDC. Because here we are the internal one now. You're the Kwako face the NDC. And MPP for pay, you bought trial matches near record the injuries. If they do the main match, now your injury list in the also. And that for me, look, I am an unrepentant fan of Dr. Baumia. But I'm NPP. Even though I'm supporting Dr. Baumia 1000%, and I believe he will make a fine president, and I'll make all the argument for him to be elected leader of our party. Because I think, say, and he possesses that unifying qualities or the ideas to move our party. He brings everybody together. And I'll sell him with his ideas, with his policies, the values he possesses. In the unlikely event, Dr. Baumia does not emerge presidential candidate. In the unlikely event. Now, Dr. Yaoseye Duchum, and I emerge, and I Kwabene Japan, Kala. And I say the Honorable Kennedy Japan, and I say Honorable Dr. Brian Champon. I owe it as an inherent duty, as a party boy, as a patriot, and as somebody may is NPP in my DNA and blood to make sure say I also market that candidate. Now, near me fair with this field of aspirants is that I've seen quite a good number of young people are spread across in supporting these candidates in the flag bearership contest.
Yes.
I'm excited for a reason. They are learning the grassroots mobilization and politics. Because or this particular camp, and they know how to do research, how to organize mini rallies, mini campaigns. Usua on his own, he's a political student now. Ebedu bebe be a Dutch or corporate MP, or corporate regional executive, or corporate national executive, or corporate even president. When you're the know-how on how to organize even mini fundraisers, research, polling, communication, how to draft messaging, and how to write articles, and how to organize events. But what did these camps and when me your chinyadwa learn the good stuff about politics and campaigning? Me, one of the things I made the NPP say, and that I'm forever indebted to this party. It's not any NPP Kamenyam Rashibidweni. I didn't contest as an independent candidate. And yet NPP and Kamamidi National Youth Organizer and National Organizer. NPP ma be one Mama me yeswa for Mama me serve as Director General of the National Lottery Authority. And a party we are so no it training me John Boadu and some others. Charles Oredu, obey Deputy Foreign Minister.
Yes.
John Boadu, myself, and some key people. May they may call China. I studied a bit with the Communist Party, even though I center left, on how to mobilize at the base. Party so esa ebome hoka. They may call several training programs or Germany to learn under the feet of the Christian Democratic Union, Angela Merkel Party, CDU. Party they may call under the Republican Party. Party NPP they may call training under the Conservatives. To have quite a good view about how some of these campaigns are organized in the urban centers, in the rural areas, with policies and programs. I have to put it to good use to the NPP's benefit. Inti Obibiano or any other camp. All I'm saying is I learn the good stuff. If Meme side and Ako year, all of us come, we push that candidate. And in the event where, or likely event where I'm coming side, we all have to come. It's the attacking is the NPP that loses at the end of the day. What makes it difficult for the national officers is that they are also not in a comfortable lead. I'm being very honest. It's difficult now being a national officer. Why? Because most aspirants we train and they complain, beba. Aspirants we be train and they complain, beba.
To the extent that it's almost supported by
which I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm very close to Dr. Baumia. I haven't seen national officers even come to him. Or be whom just or meetings. It be a steering, be a neck, it be a council.
Would it not be a genuine, reason?
But the national officers, if there is a perception out there,
yes.
Say, and look, the perception echo both sides. There are some national officers are party for no accuse them of being pro-Ken. There are some national officers are party for no accuse them of being pro-Dr. Baumia. There are some national officers party for no accuse them of being pro-Brian. Two ABA main time to say they are pro them, Japan, or say the truth. International officers also themselves must also work on this perception because politics is a perception game. So they prepare you to, for instance, when I saw Dr. Baumia filing a nomination form, and then on the party's website also, Dr. Baumia's camp didn't need it.
So why did they do it?
We didn't need it. No, we didn't fund it. Some of us saw it like any others who saw it. You can have a fanatic. It won't come from the chairman. Chairman Butino, me and me offer. Yeah. Sure no what the streaming thing means. General Secretary, I'm not sure he was even aware. You won't get national organized. But
it's a pretty problem, you know that.
That is what I'm saying. Say, some of these things, are unnecessary. And Dr. Baumia's side, we have effective PR machinery. Campaign messages and dissemination of information, infographics, our website, our online. We didn't need a party to cushion us. We didn't need it. It is hard way no koba. Then people then will capitalize on it that there's a deliberate attempt by national officers. Dr. Baumia Bro, when we were in government, there was an allegation that officers and appointees were whipped to support him.
Yes.
He stomached it. Today, he is not in government. But once you are also raising the issue, yes, a national officer says support because of an indiscretion of somebody, maybe at the IT office. Because clearly, we have our own channels, our own website, your own robust communication directorate, headed by Nana Akumia. He's a consummate politician. Akumia, I served under him. I had the opportunity of becoming a good communicator because I served under Akumia. Indeed, we have enough muscle if we want to push our PR work. So, they give the party that bad name. Emma national officers, no, they are seen said they are supporting A or B. No, it doesn't help. For instance, when Honorable Ken Eko visited the party headquarters some time back, General Secretary Sleepy said, Mr. President. Then you have the others also accused that we told you that then the General Secretary is supporting Ken. But Ken, any General Secretary, almost Mr. President, Mr. President. So it's a human institution.
Okay.
But one thing we shouldn't forget is that and yes, contest number. So all of a sudden we are not friends. They are not there. That is what I would say about it.
You were 10 minutes to go, but tell us, for instance, when you hear Uraken more echo campaign, now they're doing all the campaigns, and all that, and they start giving you analysis of a slogan, say, Aka 9 sorry, now, Obetina, if you calculation 1 times 7 to 1.7 million and all that, wouldn't mean country, Sebi Aka 9 and all that, it is not in there. Obete near country, say, Mamprisi for Antoine Maye, because this, we told you that Obedi, a presidential candidate to the Sebi, you lose 1 million if you the northern sector and all that. Why do you want us to bring you in? Nina ejina eye wa candidate Dr. Bawumia. So how are we so sure that we still will need Dr. Bawumia in all this?
Okay. So
I find X in it.
For me, it's one of the best rallying calls in a campaign. The slogan, I'll commend the communications team of Dr. Bawumia and then the branding team for coming up with that slogan. And I tell you why. First of all, the Aka 9 is not a policy. Aka 9 is not a program. Aka 9 is not an initiative. But Aka 9 is a psychological warfare that with a little push, you be cross the dreaded 50+1. Election na ye kwa koto yen starting counting from 41%. The best started counting from 1, 2, 3. But in spite of all the crises that you go through as a government when we were there, now over 41% still believed in the party and the candidate. Eko sa lie, eko tu abama oma. These people are your loyalists. Because in the 2024 elections, I am fortified in my belief that NPP did not get a lot of the neutral vote. Because the varied reasons and the conditions are near womb and then conform one. So the 41+% were people who believed still in you and still felt that I can stand by you. And they could stand by Bawumia. It's even though the elections so in 2024, 2028, you're counting it from 41%. That your 41% psychologically are people are already they are with you. No matter say rain or shine. But the others you need to work on are someone who felt disenchanted, disillusioned, dispirited, disoriented, and dissatisfied. So Sankrofo we have to work on them. So your Aka 9 is to reach out to these people who abandoned you, who left you because they were unhappy with the program, policy, or the other, or they were simply fed up, and you reaching out to them. So the Aka 9 for me is a rallying call. Now, it reminds me of Mekofa Boy Sabre.
Yes.
Kojo, and I'll tell you one thing today. I haven't shared it, but I'll share it with you. Meko for National Youth Organizer in 2014. You call vetting. I was made to sign an undertaking. Sata makofa boys abre. Boys abre. Me started boys abre slogan no. Unim ni ode mame. It came from a constituency youth organizer. No best try mo fe ye bon koma I say Charlie some boys abre na mo me enye ne ntimi fan ko ne win election. Not the slogan was ya ho na ja KPD youth organizer ne win election. Na boys abre street that's why hot. Ti o call me ti odi na msan frɛ no. Baba Tofik asem na making.
Okay.
I say baba you know how can no boys abre na bad slogan no. So me Facebook so me throw boys abre. ... And check. And a girls no. Ebe twaso. Nya boys in kwana abre o, girls is wabre. Then me see former me kwaya campaign yes same. Ah one boys abre papa no. Nya boys ne girls in kwana yemre waswabre. Then yen kokra swabre. Then it became a slogan that resonated. It wasn't a policy. When I became national youth organizer, there was no policy I implemented as boys abre policy. But it was a rallying call to the youth and to the party people that boys are bread, girls are bread, so let's fight for power. The Akana Impe for me is a rallying call and slogan. It's meant fun as a policy of Bawumia or the camp. Bawumia outlining the policies that no bejina on. Did you hear Akana Impe policy? No. He said that with that Akana Impe, what it means is with a little push, we'll go over there. That 41%, only me bayad and say Bawumia will be woman a loyalist who believed in him as a candidate in that 41+%. And you have people who are dying the MPP are on a party near there. So that combination gave us the 41%. Okay. So meaning his factor cannot be negated. Okay. And for me, I think that it's one profound slogan. And if you're not at the top, you won't be a topic. And I repeat, if you are not at the top, you won't be a topic. The mere fact that the Akana became topical and a discussion among the other presidential hopefuls.
For us to find the X.
As for Kojo Preko that may catch any the presidency says almost the campaign called algebra and the calculus. Until we work the calculations.
Oh, okay.
But clearly, you can't also. I won't fault him on his campaign. And in a campaign, you take a shot. What it shouldn't degenerate into is personal attacks. Ebimo kofa mamprusi kusasi. So okay. Akompre kuna mu akasano. Oh no, he's a politician. Was it President Mahama continued with 1 million? Yes. It took him 8 years.
Yes.
Dr. Bawumia went home with 1.7 million. If 1 million equals 8 years, 1.7 million is X. So find X.
Yes.
It's a fair shot at the Bawumia campaign. It is not an attacker, Obeka say personal. It is not an attacker, derogatory. So the Bawumia camp must respond with the fact and figures that okay, we accept the algebra campaign or the calculus campaign, but we disagree with you on that because, and I'm telling you why. When that X you were talking about, it was Mahama Akufo-Addo, right? In 2016, Mahama had been president of TCT, so he was facing Akufo-Addo the second time. Mind you, Akufo-Addo faced Mills 2008, Mahama 2012, and 2016 faced Mahama.
Yes.
Now, Mahama faces Bawumia. Bawumia faces Mahama for the first time. Bawumia won't face Mahama in 2028. It's up to the NDC to now bring a candidate to face Bawumia who will be second time appearing on the ballot. We have found X. The truth of the matter is that X is going to be president in 2028.
Okay.
And anybody who took the ballot paper in 2024 was seeing Mahama's face for the fourth time.
Yeah.
In 2012, in 2016, in 2020, and in 2024. Okay. Niana of J ballot paper in 2016 was seeing Anado's face for the third time. 2008, 2012, and 2016. So there's wisdom in consistency. And people sometimes, apart from policies and programs, they vote on trivialities. There's no way I am clear in my mind. And I've never asked Kojo Preko Dankwah his political affiliation. But what I do know is that Kojo Preko eto aba wo meme pesuaso. Now I'm on the ballot. Kojo, regardless of his political affiliation, won't vote against me. Meboa.
Sure.
Because why? Because you have a personal relationship with me.
Sure.
It's not about programs or policies.
Sure.
But that Obia Otimi fa phone friend as minia. Charlie bro, this is what they happen. Charlie, we go fi hang out. A bit Obi on any pan ne mosque. On any pan on ne sorry. Into politics, apart from the hardcore politics of policies and programs. Obi to aba mami. Me na me catch. Oh. Me billboard ya me fell. Some of the old women in my constituency. No money aje. Oh, papa. Mira. Oh yeah, Nikadodo. Ono no de koto ye no. One kote policy or program. Obi wo hono mo a ukọ na yie. He will never forget. Say minya yie ebi omo na mehwe kra na so mbeba no mama. But o buy. It's true. Obi wo hono mo a one ne ba in the school. So don't think it's always about the hard politics. Sometimes the soft side of it. President Mahama because of how I not sharing a short sleeve. Somebody can tell you that. Jack, me, who said I be or yes or what swag me. People can vote on. People also me told my Dr. Baumia because I love his smile.
Oh yeah.
Into the X we are talking about. President Mahama won't be on the ballot in 2028.
Okay.
Dr. Baumia will have to face a new NDC candidate when he emerges.
Okay.
And for that Ghanaian who is going to vote the second time, Obengu Baumia's face the second time.
Okay.
And we'll be seeing an NDC face also for the first time. Okay. It can be persuasive.
Quick one. People keep saying is we should change the team around Baumia now.
Baumia
what else to say about that?
He's yet to announce his campaign.
Oh, okay.
And I can tell you that he's effected changes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. He's effected changes.
Okay.
Now you have even 8 young ladies, even part of his AIDS and PR team and all. So as for the changes, baby.
Okay.
But people should also be fair. If you are talking about complete wipeout, every leader to Nanyano must have some handlers and conform motion anymore. That's true. When he is in public, if you turn left and right, no one signal or be money. If you are Kojo won't understand. Obisa President Mahama. NDC said that no need stand in Finiho. That time. Unclear too many times. Stand on money. No more but 3 names.
Yeah.
Some way, somehow, he also kept them in the loop, kept fidelity to them, worked hard with them. But there are some roles that they were playing for him. It do baby almost scale back. First now about 5. Say maybe a kobo 2. First now about 9. It be a kobo 3.
Okay.
But I know that Dr. Baumia definitely has caused some changes around him. And when he puts out his team, and let me wish all the aspirants luck.
Okay.
I'm wishing all the aspirants luck in this journey.
Okay.
Let me wish Dr. Baumia success at the polls.
You're wishing them luck.
Yes.
But you're wishing Dr. Baumia success at the polls.
And I think he will make a fine president. But then, he has a party who attack any of the others, even when you disagree with the person's candidature.
Okay.
Someday, the internet doesn't forget.
All right.
The Nipana be a wokwama no no. Ebedu baby no omo sorted. Ne akofa wo post and I won't say ma okay. And it makes it difficult.
Sami, Medasepa.
But make 2 things and Medawase. And for the NPP folks at Mutie, I want to encourage you. Rebuilding but it's something that we can get there. I take inspiration from 2 verses. 1, the book of Zechariah chapter 4 verse 9. Or says Zerubbabel, when Saudi Asher dynasty, or the science and baby. Holy book of Quran, so chapter 13 verse 11. Or said no cred. That's very. Allah will not change the condition of a group of people until they change it themselves. Allah will way once the sunny paneshebre, just any panetuana, meaning that and that is the rebuilding the NPP is doing.
Okay.
In the book of Zechariah, or say when Saudi share a dinosaur, the sons and the baby, to meaning that we all have to commit to the rebuild. Let's help the national officers, the regional officers, to stabilize the party.
Okay.
And I'm confident this spirit the NPP has, it won't die.
All right.
Medasi.
Mr. Medasipa. Now this one says, Kojo, good morning, Kojo. Are you aware that Sami is half God, half man? He is unique in every aspect of life, particularly in the NPP. He is an institution and also people's father. Sami, live long, and for us to emulate. We, if you bellow Kintampon North Constituency, organizer of the NPP, and also Nadia or De Eba, and I love Sami Wuku. I even named my firstborn son to him, but that is what he also said here. And hi, my boss, my name is Emmanuel Kwekweje. I love your show. Please get Sami number for me. Okay, I will do that for you. And then this one, quick one before I go, I'll say good luck, Chief Sami Wuku, a very good person with good heart. May the good Lord lead him. Okay, so the one who said, or then about Tono or the Isaac Boating from Kumasi, or no Sonedia or the Ebaye, no. And yeah, happy birthday to you, Chelsea Seriam Hook Potu with our EP Accra. Happy birthday to you, Chelsea. And then a happy birthday to you, Madam Elizabeth from Teresa Awuni, Honorable. Happy birthday to you, Madam Elizabeth from Honorable Teresa Awuni. And then a happy birthday to you, Sergeant Akwabwa, instructor of Armed Forces Central Band. Happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to you, Sophia Awotri Dazi of Bethel Methodist Tema Community 8. And then a happy birthday to you, Abigail Danswa and Ness Awakwada. So happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to you, Duki Nana Echan Brefo Boache of God's Heritage Academy, Ahima Kokobeng. Happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to you, Nana Bafo and Samampong. We are Mampong Petin Jasehine. Okay, happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to you, Madam Irene Frimpoma. We a teacher at St. Joseph Seminary, SHS Asante Mampong. And then a happy birthday to you, ASP Mary Fosua Osei of Prisons Clinic, Roman Rage Accra. Also, what dear and no, and I'm the Jimmy the best media, the Kojo Preko Dankwah son from Matenase, where Honorable Sami Ewuku Aye, Ekwapim North MP. Leaving you in the good hands of the man, Sergio, taking you through a made for action from now to 2 p.m. Heavily produced by Richard Apia Sapon, Daniel, and Addison, and then Kwekwana and say Amos, and I'm face to Fifi, Madam Munjina. So we are back again tomorrow morning. Stick and stay. I love you as always. Let's start the good. In this week, today is Monday. Yene bro wate. Bibi abeko fine. Good morning.